Welcome back to Adri's Homestead Life. Today we are going to sow melon, carrot, dill and lots of flowers. So let me show you, if I bring you closer, what I have got ready, what we are going to sow today. So I've got all the labels ready. So these two in the top, that's the carrot, what we've saved last year from our garden, home saved seed, and dill. Also we're going to sow 3 different varieties of melon, 1 watermelon, Charleston grey, 2 yellow melons, 1 of the Ogen variety and 1 of the Melba. Also we're gonna go outside where the pine tree area is, the area what we've just cleared, and I'm going to direct sow lots and lots of home saved seeds of all sorts. So when we're gonna go there, I'll go through all the flowers, but for now let's do what I've got ready prepared in here. So I've got the homemade compost, vermiculite ready. This compost is nice and moist, so we're just gonna fill these pots. I've got 5 pots prepared, and then I have all the seeds. So I'm just gonna pat this down like that, and let's sow the seeds. So I've never done this before. I usually sow my carrots always direct sow outside to the garden, but because I've got so many of my home saved seed, I'm gonna have a little experiment, and I'm just going to sow an absolute loads of carrots in this pot as an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. Carrot, I always put a little O next to it, so I know it's my home saved seed. Okay, and let's do the dill. I love sowing dill. I absolutely love the smell of dill. Dill grows really well in my climate. Done. Watermelon next. I am curious about this, you know, last year, first time I managed to actually try, we've tried it together, it was delicious, that yellow melon, I think it was the Melba, I wasn't sure the variety, but it was amazing. Otherwise, I really can't really grow melon, my climate is just not hot enough to grow melon, but I'll keep trying. Perfect, 2 more. Melba is now, no, it's 2024 January, so we're only out of date a few months, it's nothing. So, and I'm going to grow these melon, probably in a polytunnel. Oh, that's got a tiny seed, like a cucumber. And 1 more. The Ogen, I am curious about this one. I've got high hopes. Oh, that's got like a melon kind of seed as well. Because it's a yellow melon, isn't it? Do you all like that? Okay. And just like that, we've got all the seeds sown. I'm gonna take these back to the house. And they go to the conservatory. A heated propagator. I've just watered all these lovely pots, and now they're going to my heated propagator, which is right here on a windowsill. I've got this plastic cover. Cover this up. It's already plugged in. And good luck! Let's harvest some greenery for our salad bowls for breakfast. I cannot believe how much growth the kale have put on. So I'm gonna take some of the... Oh, smells gorgeous. I need to make parsley sauce with this, to be honest. This parsley, it's been here now for a few years. And it's a perennial. Come back. Year after year. Gorgeous. Endive, looking amazing. Harvest the sorrel. Got a ladybug in here. I love to see a ladybug. Feeds on aphid. It's your friend. Oh, we're gonna make a sorrel sauce as well soon. Let's carry on. Some chard. I always get the outer leaves so that the middle, the center can, can grow. So always the outer leaves from the kale as well. I can see the flower head now. I'll take this off because it's getting a bit warmer now started. That will go to seed, to flower soon. So, but we still got, I'm sure we still got a few weeks, so definitely got a time until we can plant the summer crop out to enjoy this beautiful kale. Okay, have a look. Hot chard. Some celery. I'll come out every day and I pick quite a few slugs of it. I'll have to do it, otherwise it's gonna happen like this. Look what they do to it. They literally shredding it. Those baby slugs, they go inside and eat the whole lot. I think I've just seen a green fly actually as well. So this is now no good. That goes to the compost. Let's see if we can actually harvest or not any celery. But I'll show you the size of these slugs. They must have just hatched. On tip of my finger, that little black dot is the slug. And that can do so much damage. Like all this now, it's bad. So what I have learned, that actually the celery works as a very good companion plant to attract slugs. Let's say if you want to put something else and you not necessarily want to eat the celery, because they will feed on your celery and hopefully they leave rest of your plants alone. We've got probably a few what we can have, but honestly, slugs love celery. So these ones are okay, but look at this. Crazy. I think we've picked enough. I'm gonna go in a house now. I'll wash all these, wrap them in some wet kitchen towel and paper bag, not paper bag, sorry, plastic bag, and that will last really well up to a couple of weeks. Definitely up to a week. Really good, nice and fresh and crunchy in my fridge. And I think I'm going to water this polytunnel. It looks a bit dry. This is the beautiful eating apple tree. There is two next to each other. But look at these tulips. I've planted these tulip bulbs quite a few years ago now. And I think it's amazing. And that green gauge. I can see the bees on them and the flowers, pollinators. But again, look at these beautiful daffodils I've planted around the tree trunk. It looks amazing. But yeah, let's see if we can harvest some green gauge this year. I am already thinking, you know, when I just see in early spring, it's only mid-March, but when I see a tree blossoming like that, it just makes me so happy. I can already see that, you know, the harvest, making jam, eating fresh, making pies and all this lovely food what we can make with those lovely fruit. Friends, I am so excited. I can see lots of bees. Today is the first day when our temperatures going around 15 degrees Celsius. So that signals the bees that let's go out. It's nice and warm. Let's see what's opened. Let's get some pollens back. So that fourth hive from here where we are standing, try to get you closer. It's really busy. That's why we're behind the hives. We're gonna step in the left in a minute, but this is the perfect position to show you that fourth hive, how busy it is. And I am buzzing. It's only early, so I might come back later in the afternoon, be even busier. It's only about 9-10 o'clock in the morning, but we've got blue skies, sun's out, sun's shining right to the hive entrance. So that's lovely. Right, so that middle hive looking fairly busy. That's really good. So the first and the third not so busy at the moment. But I can see activity, few bees come and go. But the middle hive is definitely the busiest. And I can see from here, I'm not sure if you can see it, because we're quite 5 meters away from the hive, but I can see pollens on those little legs taken in the hive. So there is a chance we might have got 2 laying queens now out of the 4 hives. Super excited! Cannot wait to do the first hive inspection. So the first time this year I've decided to use the sprinkler on it in a polytunnel. So I've got this watering system on the top, on both sides above my beds. Because of the water pressure, I usually do one side and then switch to the other side. So I'm gonna give them a good soak, because of this side still got all the lovely lettuces we've just harvested, and this side is pretty empty, but hopefully we can plant some radishes today, and the next couple of weeks we're gonna plant out some lettuces and stuff from the conservatory. But for now, let's go and plant these flowers. I am just raking through this area and pull the top layer off and mulch it around the tree. Next to me here is an elderflower bush. Right, I think we can do our first sowing. So I'm gonna sow. I leave the radish when we go to the polytunnel, but let's see what we can do first. Let's do some marigold. What I saved, I think actually I've saved it. This is since 2020. So I'm gonna use all these seeds now. This says light orange, tall African. I think these are a very tall one. And yellow. So this is orange and yellow marigolds, what I've saved a couple of years ago. And I've got from shop bought Premier seed. This is now out of date. Last year, sold by May 2023. Lemon mint, 1600 seed. But we're going to sow this as well. So I'm just literally, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna sprinkle all over, rake it in and hope for the best. I'll do the lemon mint next. And just rake it in. This is a very good compost now. Been putting some cardboard in here over the years and mulch it with obviously the leaves from the trees. Nettle, we always had so much nettle in here, and that indicates, nettle always indicates for a nice fertile soil. Oh, there is a lemon balm here. Keep that. Another one there. most of these are out of date. So that's why I don't mind experimenting with all these seeds. But this one, it says high quality black poppy seed. So by date was 2021. So instead of just chuck it to the bin, with so much seeds in here, I am going to give it a go and sow these poppies all over here. Okay, what else we got in here? So I've got some rose hip I've collected. It's my home saved seed. And chamomile. Chamomile is such a tiny seed. I'll just slightly rake it in wherever I sowed those seeds, all over here. Let's do some more marigolds, home saved seed, and calendula over here. And the calendula. And again, just rake it in. And job done. Okay, put this in nicely. Let's see what else we can plant next. Okay, let's do some more saved poppy seed and fennel next. All over here. The fennel seed. Got Tansy here next to me. On my home saved seed, we've got Pom Pom Poppy next, what I saved 2020. And some red dahlia, what we've saved together last year. So let's do these. Okay, what else have I got in my pocket? We've got some more dahlia, what we've saved together. Small red, medium red. That's how I named them because I don't know the variety. 2 medium and 1 small red flower. I meant by that. So we just scatter it all around here. And let's see if we're gonna have dahlia grow in here. This is a elderflower as well, bush growing here. I've got 3 in this area and they're usually doing really well. Right, so that's my 3rd elderflower bush, and now, whoops, I've got some shop-bought seeds, Elf Dock, Ella Campaign, we're gonna put here. I don't know what this is. I think they are some mixes, summer flowers, butterfly and bee mixture. So we're just gonna sow these and another wildflower mix, something in there. So I'm just gonna scatter this around. I know this is probably not a huge area, but it's a little step to look after the environment and the pollinators. My beehives are just right next to us, literally. And because this is got quite a few pine trees area here, it's not full on a sun, but that's a downside, to be honest. But I'm gonna do this because that's what I have. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do next. So we've got tansy. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. We have Cornflower, wildflowers, some sweet marjoram. These are some wildflower seeds, poached eggplant. Yeah, that's it. That shooting going on somewhere nearby in a neighborhood. Marjoram next. This project can turn out amazing or a disaster, but you know, all these seeds, instead of just chucking them to the bin because they are out of date, most of them, not my homestay seed from last year, but the rest, so I might as well just give them a go, you know. Even if just a 10% of the plant takes what we've planted today, I'll count that as a success. I'll probably leave these seed pockets so we know what they are. I've only got these few left now, and then we're done. Gypsophilia, Nigella, and I'm gonna put this right here in front of us. Right, I've just turned the sprinklers off. The soil, the compost is nice and moist. And I'm going to sow Scarlet Globe radish. I'm gonna do probably 2 rows in here. So I'm just gonna use the rake, just the rake, the soil through a bit, taking out of little weeds and plants what we don't need. Let's just leave this single calendula there. Okay, that is now nice and moist. That's all get rid of here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just basically gonna make like a little drill with my fork, just like that. 2 lines. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna sow these radish seeds very sparingly. So not too many. Just like that. Do another row. Still got some left. Okay, and just very gently just push the soil over those seeds so they just barely covered. Just like that. And I'll come out tomorrow, the next couple of days, and I'm gonna put that sprinkler on. Make sure we keep that little baby tiny seeds moist so they can germinate. And hopefully next month we can have some radishes in our salad. Radishes are very quick growing vegetables, so you can have radish within a month or 2 of your sowing. Okay, we've got one more job to do for today, and we are going to do some potting on. So all the seeds we've sown about 2 weeks ago, and they are now ready to pot on. So most of them are flowers, but we've got some spinach, lettuces and kale as well to pot on. So look at this zinnia, that's the Envy variety. This is now ready to pot on, so we're going to pot this on. I'm going to use, as you can see, I've got loads of 6-cell module trays ready with homemade compost, bit of vermiculite. They are damp, and then they've got this little hole in the middle, what I've just made with this little dibber of mine. And so we're gonna do the zinnia, cornflower, acacia, pom pom mixed dahlia, borecole kale, and we are going to do some lettuces and spinach. The other 4, it's getting really slow. This chamomile just coming up. So we're gonna use these 2 up and give to this onion, garlic, chives and wild garlic a couple of more weeks probably. But they are old seeds, so they might, you know, struggle or late. I'll give them at least 1 more week to germinate, but they should be up by now. So let's do it. So the pom pom mixed dahlia, and I'll go to this. I'm just very gently taking these off. Look at the root system on them. Isn't it amazing? And then gently try to separate them. Make sure we have as much as possible roots left on those plants. I think this is amazing. Look! So they gonna go in there. I don't think so I've ever sown dahlia from seeds. I usually buy tubers. So this is gonna be something new to me. I've got 1, 2, that's not a dahlia, 2, 3, 4, another 4 left there, and the rest we just cooperate back to the compost. Where's my small dibber? Here it is. I like to use this to push the roots down right to the bottom. And then with our fingers we just push the soil around it, make sure it stands up nice and straight, and that's it. Such a beautiful day today. It's 17th of March today. I'm sure we've sown some of these seeds from 25th of February and that week. So some of these now 2 to 3 weeks old max. These plants. And the next time now we're gonna do anything to these plants when we're gonna plant them outside. Well, it can't be happening for another 2 months, so that will be fun because they are frost tender plants. The dahlia is for sure, zinnia, cornflower, acacia, because they're such a tiny. Kale should be alright with a touch of frost. Spinach and lettuce, they're alright. But the flowers, they're more tender. So that's now been potted on. Let's do the rest. I really like potting on lettuces, literally when they are this tiny, to separate them, because it's just easier to handle. So I can just use this several cell module tray and I can just transplant hundreds of little baby seedlings, and these seedlings within a couple of weeks will be triple the size, definitely will be double what they are now, and in a month's time we can plant these out. And if the cold weather comes, we just put fleece over it, and I wish that should be just fine. That's a fiddly job, I've always told you that. Potting on, it's the most time consuming job in gardening, especially when you do this many. But you don't have to do this many though. But I really enjoy it, and I don't like throwing seeds away. But I can now use these baby lettuces. Actually, I've got a little pot in here from the Borecole, kale and lettuce. If I have enough for spinach, I can just take it to the kitchen and we can just use it in our salad bowl, because it is edible, instead of just wasting or chuck it to the compost bin. So I am having a little experiment. Like some of these dahlias and zinnias what we've just planted, I'm gonna leave a few out here in a potting shed, even though if it's cold and frosty nights, just to see how well or not well they're gonna do. So this is gonna be my experiment. The rest will come back with me to the house. I have already got some plants out in a greenhouse. I've got some lettuces there, they're doing just fine. The sweet peas, some peas for eating, so the broad beans, because they okay with cold weather. The next couple of days we are probably going to the garden. I'm planning to do the garden tour very soon, possibly tomorrow, and get the potato bed ready for the first early potatoes, the white Vim, the purple potatoes. Alright, I am doing the Acacia now. I've just finished the cornflower. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of cornflower in this cell. I've got 2 rows of the spinach and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of the lettuces. I'm also leaving out 2 cornflower in pots for an experiment. And next we are doing an Acacia. Look at this. So I've got the Acacia and a Borecole kale to do, and our job is done. So I'm gonna do a 6 cell. I'm probably gonna do 2 6 cells of Acacia, and I'll probably finish off the 2 cell in here, the smaller ones, to finish off and fill this tray. I'm gonna give everything a very good soak and take everything back to the house with me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up now before I finish this off. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and yesterday and day before. I think I'm gonna put quite a few days to this video, and see you very soon. Bye friends!